Last of Us 2 was a giant woke disaster for Naughty Dog, and they were so excited about the game, yet it released and faced massive backlash from fans of the first game who didn't want to see their favorite characters killed and replaced by strong women simply for the sake of having less men in the title. But with The Last of Us TV show, we've all wondered how bad it was going to be, and it doesn't release for a few more weeks, so we won't know until then, but now they've released the rest of the cast and they've race-swapped Joel's daughter, facing massive heat because of it. I have a bunch of things to show off, but before we get into the topic at hand, if you enjoy the content that I create, please make sure to subscribe to the channel and hit the notification bell. Follow me on social media like Twitter or mine so that you can see when my content is posted. And of course, if you do really enjoy the videos and the live streams that I create, please consider becoming a Dark Titan via Patreon for just $1 a month, or support the channel via YouTube memberships. All of the links are in the description, and of course, I do really appreciate all of the support. So this is a Bounding Into Comics article. It says HBO's live-action The Last of Us series confirms race swap for Joel's daughter. We all thought that it was pretty suspicious that they hadn't announced her casting yet, and a few characters castings, but now we can see why. They knew that they were probably going to take heat over this, so they waited until the last minute to show it off. It says, in a move that has come to be expected of any major Hollywood production in the modern era, HBO has revealed that Joel Miller's daughter Sarah will be race-swapped for their upcoming live-action adaptation of the Last of Us video game series. A lot of us would have loved a good Last of Us TV show, but we can't expect anything to be good from Hollywood, especially when people at Naughty Dog like Neil Druckmann have input with this series. He was someone who listened to Anita Sarkeesian's advice with the second game, so he likes to make the worst decisions possible. It says, the daughter of Joel and a woman whose identity has yet to be revealed within canon, Sarah is one of the very first characters to be introduced in The Last of Us, co-starring alongside her father in the first chapter of the original game before falling victim to a stray gunshot during the chaos that explodes in the wake of the infection's initial outbreak. So yes, this character does die within the first half hour of the video game, but now a lot of people are wondering, will they actually still kill this character off in the first, episode of the TV show, because she's in it, meaning they're showing the very beginning, exactly when the game starts as well. So are they going to follow that timeline? I personally don't think that they will. I think they race-swapped her, they're going to put a big emphasis on this character, and they're not going to kill her off in the same time frame. Maybe they will, which would be good, because then they'd actually be following the storyline, but I wouldn't put anything past these creatives. It says, originally depicted by the devs at Naughty Dog as having white skin, blue eyes, and blonde hair, ostensibly due to the fact that depicting any character with this combination of traits is all it takes to draw accusations of racism from people online, Sarah will look quite different as she makes the jump to the small screen. And of course, there are a lot of people who are very underwhelmed with this information. A lot of people are very disappointed that, of course, they've decided not to put, the accuracy of the game first, but they're more worried about putting things like diversity first. So they're looking like they're the good guys, like they're trying to be inclusive. There's been a mega thread that's been spreading across Twitter. It's from The Quartering. It says, meet Joel's daughter reimagined, and on this thread, everybody is roasting this decision and just kind of roasting Naughty Dog. Honestly, I'm not very surprised that this has happened. I wish that I could say I was, but these people aren't actually worried about looking at the source material and following it as closely as possible. They're just worried about, their modern audience checklist and checking off as many boxes as possible, and looking, again, like they're all for diversity and inclusivity. People are saying things like literally everyone is race swapped nowadays. Everyone. It is beyond comical now. People are saying things like, I'm shocked. Well, not that shocked. I'm not that shocked either. After the disaster that the second game was, I didn't have many high expectations for this show. I just didn't. It's very sad. Again, I would have loved a Last of Us TV series. The first game was amazing. It had a lot of amazing qualities, but then the second game came out and it really underwhelmed us, and they basically said F the fans, which unfortunately isn't very surprising. What a joke. Just make her look like how she originally did. This shouldn't be hard. I'd feel the same way about any character. Didn't play the second one, won't watch this. Please, I believe the preferred pronouns here are for a modern slash audience. It's so sad to see what these companies are willing to do to hopefully appeal to modern audiences, and it's like they don't even care about the thousands and sometimes millions of viewers that they're losing in the process. At this point, they're trying to create controversy. They want to gaslight and spite the fans. It's pathetic. I do think that they want to create controversy. I really do, because they know that people are going to be disappointed with this decision, that people are going to question the rest of the show, and yeah, ultimately it will get some people to watch the series to see what else they changed, but to them it's still a view, and that's all they really care about at the end of the day. And to show off just how controversial the second game was, it is currently sitting at a 5.7 user score with over 160,000 user ratings, which of course is pretty bad considering the first game was deemed a masterpiece. Looking at the Metascore for that, it is sitting at a 95 critic and a 9.2 user score. Everybody loved the first game. It was fantastic, and we all got so excited for the second release, and it was just a massive disappointment. Even though people loved the first game, didn't like the second game, I just don't think that this show has as much hype surrounding it as it could have. I truly think that people are really turned off from The Last of Us after the second title. I think that obviously it will get views, it will have hype in the probably 2 weeks leading up to the release, but I just don't think that this show is going to do as great as they're expecting. I'd love for it to be accurate and for it to be amazing. I just don't see that happening at this point. But as you can see, in HBO's The Last of Us show, they have decided to race swap Joel's daughter, and they are getting absolutely roasted for it. But that's all that I really had to discuss in this video. Let everyone know your thoughts in the comment section down below. If you enjoyed it, please make sure to give it a like, share it, and subscribe to the channel. And of course, if you didn't, make sure to give it a dislike. I appreciate your support either way, but I will talk to you all again in the next video really soon.